All right, so we begin in Saudi Arabia, where Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has detained some of the most high-profile members of the royal family. And that includes former Crown Prince Mohammed bin Nayef, as well as Prince Ahmed bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the younger brother of the Saudi king. Reports suggest that they have both been accused of treason. Saudi guards have also arrested one of Mohammed bin Nayef's brothers. They are now likely to be under the threat of life imprisonment or possible execution. Both could have rivaled Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the throne if King Salman dies. Al Jazeera's senior correspondent Jamal explains what these detentions mean for the kingdom and their impact on Saudi politics.
In terms of its significance, it's huge because we're talking about two of the most senior members of the Saudi royal family, and two that up until now have not been seen as supporters of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and the direction that he's been taking the country, both domestically and in terms of foreign policy. What's prompted it is very difficult to ascertain, needless to say, because Saudi is a very closed culture in terms of lack of transparency and no media freedom there. But also what's peculiar about it is that these are two figures they've been under house arrest. They haven't been able to move freely for a very long time. So the idea that maybe they were trying to hatch some sort of coup is very far-fetched and difficult to see, considering the restraints they were under already. More likely than not, what a lot of analysts are talking about is that the current king, Salman, is somebody who has been reportedly suffering from dementia for many years. He's unwell, his health is very frail. So is this a sign that he has either passed or is about to, and therefore the Crown Prince needs to ensure that there are no obstacles in his way in terms of succession? Until now, Mohammed bin Salman was able to get the US to ditch its long-term ally in Mohammed bin Nayef, the person he's arrested, and support him. And he's had unconditional support from this current US administration. He's managed to sideline the religious institution either by co-opting them onto his side or by arresting many of them, including people like Salman al-Auda and others. But the royal courts, the royal family, he has failed to exert his total control over, even after he managed to do things like rounding a lot of senior members of the royal family in the Ritz-Carlton, that famous case in the end of 2007. There were still those figures, like the only other child of the founding king, King Abdulaziz, that is Ahmed, being somebody who didn't support him, as well as his cousin and the nephew of the current king, Mohammed bin Nayef.
Well, let's hear now from Khalil Jahshan, who's the executive director of the Arab Center of Washington. And he thinks the detentions seem like an attempt by the Crown Prince to consolidate more power.
Prince Ahmed, who is the most senior of the three and has lived actually overseas for many years, came back a couple of years ago to kind of try to calm things down after MBS took over, and there were some kind of turmoil within the royal family. And of course, the previous crown prince and his brother were also involved in these three arrests. The accusation, of course, or the implication is that there was an attempt at a coup. I don't think the possibility of a coup is even feasible at this time in terms of where the military is and its potential participation in that. I think this is another attempt by Mohammed bin Salman to kind of exert in a paranoid way his full control over the kingdom. Definitely, there are some kinds of rumors and innuendos that there is turmoil within the family in the form of criticism, but that doesn't justify, first of all, the accusation itself that they constitute a threat in the form of a coup. And to justify this type of step, being arrested like criminals with masked security forces coming to their homes and yanking them out of their private residences. So this is not the Saudi Arabia we all knew 4, 5, 6, or definitely 10 or 20 years ago.